face-off. And boy, it couldn't be in a better battleground indeed. ENCE, they managed to take down Astralis on this map just the other day, and they looked excellent on that T side. So with Heroic winning knife round and getting that CT start pick, I don't think ENCE are too perturbed by that prospect moving outside very quickly. Dropping on main roof, that's going to get her. Doto jumping around the site, and he's going to find Stam, but mid-air catches the kill. There's one trade out of Hades, and Shush has pushed at least to find one. Katie drops the bomb in the open. It's madness. It's everything happening at once. And both players on the CT side fight for their life in hell. Diha now knows exactly where everyone sits, and he drops down the vent to play B.
They've also gone down ramp. No, he's back up through the ladder, faking door noises.
Up, down.
He's being very, very loud. But the thing is, how Heroic are playing is kind of interesting. I love what they've done with Shush here, sending him late through lobby. Shush doesn't want to die because he's collected a lot of utility, and that would be a lovely little bonus to hold on to. If Tesses is able to come through with the kill from Heaven, that's a huge win for Heroic. Let's see, he's got this decoy. He's going to try and use it as a fake flash out through Heaven, takes a little peek with it. Diha does not know where this second man of Shush is yet. Deals with the first, backflip, sticks the landing, but it's Shush winning the round.
Oh, he went all the way around the victory lap.
Go, yeah, the victory lap. Is that going to cost him here?
I think it has, Harry. I think it has.
Oh,
he's got
close,
it.
But yeah,
got it.
I thought he had it, Hugo.
Yeah.
From the get-go. You know me, I'm
It's under control. It's just for style points. He does a little lap round.
Yeah, that's ballsy.
Flexes his muscles, shakes the champagne everywhere, and gets a defuse off like it's no big deal. Oh my goodness, that's not nice, is it? That's terrifying.
Look at that. Perfect 10. On the backflip, though.
Yeah, I don't think the defuse could have been closer there, to be perfectly honest. But hell, a round is a round, and Heroic will take it. AK out for Diha. It's great on those entries. Lots of util for ENCE on this little force buy with pistols. Their 8 hits against Astralis were their bread and butter. That's what they were getting them through so many of these T rounds. Now, a lot of them were out the gate, but there's a little more delay on this play for ENCE. Hot Roof Molly ready for Hades. Diha is going to try and lurk into main in the late round. No one's watching outside right now. Cadian's covering the cross from hell, but that's not really going to provide anything when it comes to this main position. If Diha does commit, it's free real estate. But Stalin is moving up from B, and so he is tasked with getting that yard info, and he could get it at the perfect time. Smoke's going in. Diha waiting to see if he gets delivered this kill. He's telling his team to hold off. He might have a pick here. Stahl's not made any mistake. Flash is ready on the call there. Stahl spotted. Diha now knows he likely has a lot of room outside to move, and so he'll continue to go closer to main, and Spinks gets caught in the door. This A play, while slow and steady, has been called to a pause. They need Diha to activate. He's been smoked out by his team, and Refresh has doubled up, dropping the bomb. This did not go to plan for ENCE. And Diha left on his laurels in a 1-on-5.
Yeah, this hero AK. Well, he's been given a lot of room to be a hero with the AK at least. But with only 20 seconds left, he is just saving here. Getting out with this gun. Heroic. All 5 players staying alive. The SMG, the auto shotgun making a bit of money there. And now ENCE in a weird spot. Whenever you hold on to this hero AK, right, you fully understand why Diha doesn't want to do anything in this round. But it always leaves you in a bit of a weird spot, right? He's only at $50 now. That means when this first buy round does look to come through, he's going to be very, very poor. Here's why I'm so excited for Nuke, though, right? In terms of the stats, right? In terms of any little caveats we could put on this, it's like shocking how neck and neck ENCE and Heroic are, right? They've both played this a nigh on identical amount of times. Their win rates are nigh on identical. It's very, very cool that we don't have the caveat of like, oh yeah, well this is a great Heroic map and it's one that, you know, ENCE have been struggling on. Like, no, right, as you said, ENCE had that real good-looking game versus Astralis just yesterday. Doto wanted the AK. Okay, Snappy with a double. All right, Snapster. Any more? There is a player back here in Garage that he doesn't know about. It's Cadian chiming in with a kill onto Hades. Snappy.
Oh, he's missed it.
Gonna go undetected. Doto, there's a reason he TK'd Diha for the gun, and he's onto a double. It started with a TK. It started with friendly fire. And now, two mortal enemies, Snappy and Cadian, up against each other once again. The eco round for ENCE could still come through. That bomb down through the vents into the B bomb site. Plant guaranteed at a bare minimum. Cadian gives chase.
Faked it.
Faked run into the double doors. Snappy trying to outbrain him. It's a battle of brains. It's a battle of wits. It's a battle of who the better Danish IGL is. And oh, Cadian gonna take his head off, will convert the 1v1. That was only pistols for ENCE. That was the one saved AK on Diha, which wasn't on Diha for long. Doto getting a double from it.
Yeah, at least he made it worth it, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's a lot of damage as well. Like, dude, you get out of that round with a bomb plant, one player surviving.
The tech taps as well, they completely lost track of Snappy. He got a double kill on A. Cadian always thought he was still there, and I guess he wasn't wrong. Snappy went a long way round. It's such a shame, because if he just turned around after Cadian showed his hand outside, he would have likely had the backstab and the trade there, and maybe even win the round. Instead, the full flank to heaven, and he falls on B. Now the buy round now, well, it's the first proper for ENCE. Hades has the AWP. Cadian's got his, of course, and he's sitting in towards heaven. He can't stop the secret play, but the footsteps will be called over. Nade does a shockingly low amount of damage. And with a back garage player, they know there are numbers. Down in B, Tessus is able to drop the Molotov. And with Refresh alongside him, you've got this little two-pronged attack. Shot at from both sides, peeking on your teammate's contact. Molly's going to push Tessus in, though. He's got to fight for his life, and now Refresh can't trade. He's going to hope they don't suspect him in this position, but the spray is a mess, and Refresh only one. 4 on 3, Spinks won't let them rotate without a costly kill, and he's trying to find that right now at red. Oh, the timing eludes Shush. He feels like he's cleared it, and Spinks doesn't know either. That might set you up for the retake after all. Bomb's so late.
Oh, Hades collects that kill. There's another player at ramp. The molly is forcing him to peek wide, but Heroic, they might just try to get this AWP out of here on Stown, right? It's the big ticket item. It's a 2-on-3 retake that you can't even begin to attempt. You really needed that peek from Cadian to give you something. And with Hades already up on the angle, posted in the way he was, that kill felt destined to go his way. The rifles come out, and hence they find success immediately. On the back of saving these two guns, at least, you know, you could... well, you know, if you had saved those two guns, you maybe could have made a case for a buy.
God, you love cursing everything.
I don't, that wasn't, that one was so unreasonable. He was just saying, but he should have been fine. He should have been fine. There was so much time left, and he could have just gone anywhere. I didn't think he was going to die to the bomb, Hugo, but as I was going to say, yeah, you could have bought, he could have had pretty much full rifles.
You're still going to buy, but
they're going to fully invest.
More.
Yeah, you could have had, like... Yeah. You could have 4 M4s here.
What I like is that ENCE go into their first gun round, but they don't go into these A rushes. Like, we will see them in this T side. Hell, we might not have to wait long for it. But right now, they're showing a lot more. And Heroic have definitely watched the demo, definitely leading into the fact that they're expecting these fast A plays that worked so well against Astralis. In fact, no one was playing ramp this round. Cadian takes a pot shot, but ENCE already ducking down B. Oh, this is a weird round for Heroic. They do have players in the right places, but a 5-on-5 retaking the lower site is a weird one indeed. Kits available. Can they find their way back into the bomb site? Fighting through with MP9s. Doors off now. Open season for these kills, and still yet to find a first frag. Refresh gets it delivered, and Doto somehow takes one. Tessus trades, but at this point you're still thinking about saving. The time's so far ticked. You're out of position, you're smoked off, and ENCE have ramp under control with an open plant. So out you go, saving your guns. And that, you know, that's a read for Heroic. That's them stacking A in anticipation of one of these top site rushes. And I promise you, they will come eventually. The question is, when? And will Heroic be ready for them?
Yeah, and that is something to be said about this ENCE squad, right? The top site executes they showed us the other day were disgusting. And so you can understand the fear of Heroic when it comes to trying to deal with that. You know, we kind of noted not only do they have great utility on the A crunch, but it looks like such a well-oiled machine. Like, everyone very much knows where they're meant to be watching, what their roles are, what their responsibilities are. And out of all the A rushes I've seen a team deal, like ENCE's looks astonishingly clean and almost machine-like with how it comes in.
Oh, it's a bit of a gap. Stan won't be able to take anyone with him. Nade late and the leg through the wall. Hades, man, he's really making Cadian work for his kills in this series. This has been such a fun head-to-head to watch. Spinks has already dropped into vent, so no one can rotate safe. And again, B just controlled by ENCE. Snappy on the roof looking for lurks, and USP. Oh, and the gun's stuck up there. That's a shame. Any boosters? Any way to get up? Got to worry about that clock. ENCE soon to plug in the numbers on lower. Smoked out. Heroic are locked away from this B bomb site. But ENCE still don't have that plan. That gives more time for Heroic to set up.
The smoke has fallen in a way that makes me nervous as well. It kind of gives you a bit of a veil to cross out. I don't know. Dia should have heard it, but yeah, there we go. Hades is going to attempt to lock that in.
Yeah, it's a save. You know, fair enough, again, even though they grab that kill outside, it's not like they got the gun. And even though ENCE takes so long to plant, Heroic move in early, maybe too early. And ENCE were already set up in B at the end of the day. They may not have had the plant, but they had the post plants already ready to go. Nice shot. Doto deletes the AWP. He will go down to refresh, may be able to get away after all, but he had to fight for his life and will succeed as he runs for the AWP. It's still an ENCE 3-3.
Yeah, that AWP's going to find its way back into Cadian's hands, right? Shout out Refresh for being the guy to trade that, grab the AWP, carry it forward.
Big round for Refresh as well. Remember, he was the one guy to go down in the previous on B, and so when it came into that round with 4 saved weapons, and Refresh was literally $1,900, did not buy USP. He got a main roof kill, and then he got 2 more with no armor. Not bad at all. But yeah, like you said, AWP is back, and maybe this is the top rush we've been talking about. Oh, they're just scaring Heroic. Here they go late with it. Smoke on the Molotov in the middle of it, and nice start for Shush.
Oh, yeah. Real nice stuff on this A-hold, and perfect, mate. Like, we wanted to see what the response would be to an attempt at one of these A-crunches, and it's safe to say Heroic have done their homework. They've got that locked in.
Yeah, I felt like the flashes weren't there.
Yeah, it also, you know, if you are able, right, that's obviously like one of these A rushes you've been dealt, you haven't really been dealt them yet, but you've already quelled it once, right? If you remember from the other day, it was really, really hard for Astralis to hatch the solutions to stop the pace of that A play, right? And, you know, it felt like it was a large bulk of what the ENCE T side came down to, was finding success on the A rushes. If you're able to remove that from their repertoire, that is a big bit of the strat book removed for ENCE.
All behind the vent. Spinks is going to try and drop down, but that smoke is not in the right place. And so Refresh, it's open season. 5-on-3, Stan peeked outside at start to take down Diha, dropping on Silo. Hades looking for a pick off the AWP, but Cadian's offered up nothing. He's deep on the radio, crafting a path with Tess's to take lobby, and they have so much real estate. They now know at this point, and it's the only positions they can be are outside or down lower. Got lower on lock. Hades trying to pre-fire corners. Is only going to give Stan more warning. Meanwhile, Snappy's climbing up heaven. And this bomb is coming down. So Hades has got to be very careful. 3 health. I don't know how you're meant to get out of this one. Tessa's even going to put the knife in the back.
Yeah, Tessa should have it locked in.
Should.
Don't. Oh, they pass each other.
Ships in the night.
Oh, Hades is probably dead. Oh, wait, hang on. No, he's going to get the trade. Yeah, Snappy dies in heaven. And so now the destiny was to try and go A. ENCE are a bit lost in the source. They don't really know what they're dealing with, what they're fighting, and Heroic have got a very good idea of what's going on here. They've spotted Doto over in main. 2 players on default in this A bomb site. He is in for a rough old time, and Stan gonna crunch it from outside. There was a lot of moving pieces in that round, and I think ENCE just kind of lost track of what was really happening with so much real estate taken for Heroic, and so many weird timings here. it was a bit of a coin toss as to who ended up, you know, benefiting from that. But in the end, it's heroic.
It's such a shame because they were trying to fake out that lower play onto Stown and end on A with Snappy in heaven. Like, he's the last guy you're expecting to die from that outside play. And the funniest part is the ramp player pushes through ramp into lobby, wraps T-spawn all the way to outside, and then kills someone heaven. Like, that's what a weird circumstance. And in all of that, you lose your A split. Hades, who's been waiting lower all round, re-aggresses. Well, who already has? Stown was wider than he expected. Yeah, from bad to worse, everything there for ENCE. Coming up, top trumps for Heroic. Power rating through the roof. 5-3. Seeing the Danes on Nuke start to do what they do best and ease into the lead. Can they keep it up? Got a force buy here for ENCE, putting everything in and not a lot to show from it. Maybe this would be one of those top rushes who have lots of nades.
Oh, Hugo, you've looked into your crystal balls. And you were almost right on that one.
Yeah, they were expensive.
First guy peeking in. On the receiving end of that AWP, and now more to follow. That's the bomb dropped in the open. And this A rush has been quelled by Heroic once again. I think it's so important that this is something that you're able to repeatedly best.
Oh, refresh. That should not be his kill.
Honestly, though, like these A plays were like a real feature of ENCE's success on this map last time.
Yeah, we aren't seeing the same rushes, though, like the same exact speed and stuff outdoor. Like, you know, they're doing the delayed play. They're splitting door first, then hut second. You know, I would like to see the exact, because they ran the same strat 3 rounds in a row, and it worked perfectly. And then Astralis started to cotton on, and we had to see ENCE switch it up. But we haven't seen that exact same play. Obviously, a lot has to go right, but yeah, it feels like they're respecting the door molly, and then they're waiting on that push, smoking it, and then committing late. Maybe it takes a second to line up the flashes. Whatever it is, ENCE still have room. They still have time to perfect this T side, but Heroic should be on for a 7-3 scoreline right about now. It's just Eagles. Not much else. And when the Tech-9 is getting tapped out like that, it's a sigh of relief for Heroic.
Oh, that's the bomb. So the odds of finding much here kind of out the window with that. Stown really taking liberties, seeing what he can get away with here. And the outside aggression goes unpunished. He's got the bomb, he's got all the kills, and for Doto and Spinks, this is now a damage-dealing mission. But look at this, almost, you know, line of Danes across the map. They're holding in this line very far forward outside with the bomb under control. Like, there's really not a lot these Eagles can do now.
Oh, Stown's had enough. Oh, now he really has. Bullet to the head. Oh, watch out, Cadian. Double tag, but they're not ready for refresh in the same position as Stown just was. Able to close the round with the 7-3. It was always meant to be, but now ENCE pressures on. They're even calling a tech timeout. ENCE's coach of Saw has crashed. So hopefully we'll be waiting that out, and he'll be jumping back in just a moment.
I love what we've been getting towards outside out of Heroic, right? There was that one round, the TK round, if you remember, where Snappy like runs main roof, gets away with absolute murder. Well, since then, and since, you know, ENCE have shown a kind of bit of a tendency to fall back onto these outside plays with the smokes, Heroic have been approaching it really nicely. Cadian's dedicating a lot of his early attention over towards that silo rush, right? Making sure that no one can go for those fast main drops. And that's kind of been tapering off a lot of the real estate that you can get if you're ENCE outside. Then a lot of the time he's got like a capable rifler out there alongside him, helping fight at the red cross. It's very devastating to try to go up against. And ooh, it's fine. We fell into the void for a moment, but we're all good. What's the solution going to be for ENCE? I haven't really seen much of an attempt at ramp, but that's not like a like an all-encompassing strategy, right? Like, it might be nice to see them have a little look in, maybe on one of these partial buys.
We were talking about this after the way the Overpass ended. It felt like, you know, Hades was having a game on the AWP, right? When he had the AWP, he was popping, and it felt like, you know, we never really got to see ENCE play around that. A lot of their T-side rounds, while they, you know, pulled this massive comeback, obviously it let them down at the end. We never really got to see these defaults where you're letting the AWP roam, and you're letting the AWP work a pick, get a kill, adjust the CT setup, and then recommit in a 5-on-4. A lot of the time, it was just, all right, let's walk 5 out A, or let's walk 5 out Monster. Think about how that game closed. They went for the 5 boost with the AWP, sure, didn't work, he fell off the top, and then they just walk out Monster. It's like you got your top performer on an AWP, walking out Monster in round 30. Like, you're not really letting Hades get away with much there. He even had to drop it to Doto, who was dinked. So, you know, I would love to see more of a default round where you just let Hades go for whatever he wants to do. Let him go for a pick, door play, ramp boost, silo spawn, blue boxes. There's so many options for opening kills on AWPs on this map. Presuming we have the money for Hades on an AWP, maybe it won't be in this gun round, maybe it'll be next. I'd love to see more of that. Because ENCE, you know, the dry runs are good. The XX out of spawn are nice, but right now they're not working.
Yeah, and you know, if you were going to default as well, I think another player to keep an eye on and maybe give a bit of room to would be Diha over towards the door. I think he's a real menace at getting openers over here, right? And you kind of mentioned this, that whenever they've tried the A rushes, they're very respectful of that door utility, right? Whereas contrasting it to the Astralis game yesterday, mate, Diha was on a wild one. Don't you remember that one tap he got where like he runs through the Molotov? I get it, you're probably not at like peak confidence right now, and you don't want to feel like you're throwing away fights right out of the gate, but you've got to give a bit of room to these guys, right? Your Hades, your Dihas. That's how you get activated here.
I don't think we will have the AWP though in this round for ENCE. 5K, don't really want to glass it. Let's see what ENCE, they've had some time, right? It's been a bit of a tech, but they've had some time since to figure things out, to discuss. Bit of a breather.
Okay, Diha has a great spawn. I was hoping he was going to try and take some sort of peek early. I just love this guy in door, man. But instead, he's going to look for a fast silo play. Now, I mentioned that Cadian a lot of the time has been watching for exactly this, but this time he's over towards CT. And so Diha is able to get in through main, but not for long. Stown is hot on their heels. That's that little wombo combo of Cadian and one of these rifle players outside, swooping in, trying to save the day. Stown picking up kills, but he's left in the clutch. He needs an ace in the 1v2. Donning Cadian's AWP now. He's going to reroute over towards Heaven to try give this round a go. He's got a smoke as well. He can throw that Heaven retake smoke. Instead, he's faked the rotation and he's going back to main.
Oh, second smoke down. It's down. He might just have to go through it. That's 15 seconds. Half the bomb gone if he is patient. Still gives him a short window. A chance maybe. But Hades has this cross and he's not giving it up. Stown, nothing being thrown away in this round for him. Molly going to give away his position. Now both eyes trained on the prize. Stown just got to get out alive, and Hades won't allow. Spam through the door, or at least through the vent, and grabs the AWP as well. You know, Heroic, that was the last thing they expected, Harry. It was the A play. It was the thing, the exact thing they've been shutting down. It had a bit of a twist on with Diha dropping off of a main, and also ENCE through full outside smokes. On top of that, Heroic, that round, they were double ramp, double outside, 1A. That was the last thing they were ready for. They still do a damn good job of making that interesting. That double from Stown is lovely. A player goes 1 for 1.
Yeah, you know, they tried to like lean into a bit of a read, right? We were even commenting on like, yeah, we haven't really seen a ramp play yet out of ENCE, so I think that was maybe the worry there, because even though Cadian was outside, he was leaning towards Hell. He was leaning towards a fast rotation to ramp. Whereas usually he's been peeking that silo angle to stop those fast main pushes. So I imagine we have him go back to that again, just to make sure they can't replicate that round with the fast main drop.
Yeah, more numbers on A this time. Not a bad idea by any means. Oh, lovely nade.
Oh, so instead Cadian's going secret. That's the change here, right? Straight through ramp. He's going to try and get set up to help hold off this outside cross. With the wall of smokes down, Cadian's already here on the B-bomb site. But outside is nothing more than a bit of a ruse here for ENCE. They send Diha across. The rest of the gang are still all waiting back in lobby.
Ramp player has even gambled. Tessus has moved out. Expecting Util to come down on ramp, right? Rather than a contact play, you hope you'll have a bit of warning if someone walks into that position. So the risk might be worth it. Stack on A right now, and they may have Secret, but they're not selling much of a fake. One flash for Doto. He's going to try and push Cadian back, perhaps with a Molotov here. But if he dies with nothing, ENCE's just going to be forced into this upper play. And oh, Cadian's going up and over past the Molotov. Doto doubling, or Diha doubling down. Oh, refresh drops through the vent, dropping the bomb, and two men grabs it off. Quick shot, of course he can't get it off. Switch too early. This is a weird one. Shush, if he went back down vent, he would be shot in the back. Doto's still lurking the door.
Yeah, that is a ballsy move from Refresh, but is it going to be enough? It's a 2-on-2 retake here. Stown trading up onto this AWP. Shush going to deal with Spinks. Diha left in this 1v2. 20 points of health, he's low. He gets that first fight to Stown. Shush at 100 HP. He's got a chance here. He's going to start to move in through the door. Diha's got to be clean, and it's anything but. The round goes the way of Heroic. They're up onto 8 now, double the score of ENCE. Big round for Shush and Refresh with that vent drop. If only he hadn't quick switched off the AWP, man. It felt destined he was about to make a big play there.
Luckily, he doesn't lose in the round there, but he had massive kills anyway. And these rounds are just getting crazy. ENCE throwing everything at the wall, hoping something sticks. That was 4 on the A side for Heroic. No surprise, their flanks were so fast. Spinks there was so attracted to the player who'd already run past in secret. Shush was late, and he was able to close out the round.
I love that move because, you know, you say about how it's the 4-man A stack, right? I think Heroic realized, like, if they do get down vent, we could be in a very, very big problem. And, like, they're not killing anyone crossing through that vent smoke. And so Refresh goes, well, if you can't beat them, join them, and just leaps in behind them, knowing that someone had to make a play, someone had to do something to slow down that B bomb site rush through the vents.
So many bodies dropping down. ENCE aren't keeping track of who's what, which team they're on. They're just hoping they get the respect. Heroic do not give them an inch. And ENCE, they're looking for scraps in this T side. It's been their T sides carrying them through their Nuke games here in the Pro League in both that Spirit and Astralis matchup that they won 16-11 each. But right now, they're going to need something at the end of this half.
Yeah, Refresh is really starting to look like a real gem whenever games go the distance. Whenever it gets to crunch time, I feel like you're getting the most mileage out of this guy in a third map. And it's just brilliant to see that that's something he's been able to keep up throughout the Pro League so far.
Oh, no, Diha. Oh, the turn.
Doesn't get checked. It's kind of half-arsed there. They do open up into the A side, but once again, that's the bomb out in the open. Stown, dead over in main. It's a 2-on-2 retake in at this A bomb site, but ENCE, without their bomb planted, they could still try to make this tricky.
It's stuck vent. And in all this madness and all this silence, Tessus has made a read. Maybe they've walked down the ladder. Maybe they've gone lower. He's decided to set up in the B bomb site. That gives even more time for ENCE to cross in. Stick for Snappy, cover for Spinks, and Cadian in the wrong position right now. He'd love to still be back in heaven. Bomb is not for main, but the kills might just come to him. Snappy crossing through. Cadian again, the head-to-head of in-game leaders, and a missed shot gives Snappy the round. Likely Tess has got to go through the Molotov, and there's too many targets. Spinks shuts it out, and ENCE, another calamity on that A site, but they do win it out. And that has resounding consequences. No money left for Heroic. Some very expensive rounds, very close rounds in these last few. And the effect that that's had means ENCE might be sneaking in an 8-7 half. They'll be happy with that.
Yeah, it's kind of devastating how this keeps managing to happen to Heroic, where they have like these big leads and things are really looking good, and then their money starts to taper off right near the end of a half, right? It's sort of what happened back on Overpass, if you remember. They were 10-2 up. It felt like nothing could go wrong. Then their money gets broken heading into those final few rounds, and that was how ENCE were able to make it a competitive half after all. This one is attempting to look like more of the same, and that's a beautiful flick from Hades to open up. The one non-vanilla pistol already brushed aside. Cadian's trying to grab it, but it's just a CZ, you know? When you've got the hero CZ, I doubt anyone is expecting much from it. So into the guns they go. Cadian will get one with this CZ. Oh, he's jumping around. He runs entirely out of ammo, so it's probably a good thing that he dies to the Deagle there, or else I think he would have got knifed. That's the downside to the CZ.
All right, ENCE have set themselves up for success. It may have taken a bit of a long road here on this T side, and we've not seen what we typically expect from this team, but that's because Heroic have done such a great job of shutting it down. Now, how will this final round go? No AWP for Heroic. Hades has his. Scoreboard's pretty similar all across the ENCE side of things. Smokes again outside. Stound's been so proactive in this position, moving up, checking silo, denying the walk. Looking to do it once again. Diha's got to check everything. He's been burned before out here. Tesses, meanwhile, has that main cross, meaning Stound doesn't need to worry about his back, just needs to worry about Secret. Now, there's not much you can do about it. Smokes are down. He's dropped a cheeky little smoke in the way, and that might scare you that there's a player playing behind it. There's so many one-ways on this stairwell, but there are not. And ENCE managed to clear that out. Can now drop B. But ENCE, they like to complicate it. They like to make things interesting. Doto's fallen off of main room. Tessus grabs that kill, but he should know the comm is in. Stound doesn't tell his teammate. He just hunts down the frag, swapping out to an AK. Hades trying to cross back out. Stound won't make it away from blue. And now ENCE, all they have is Secret, and they don't even have the bomb there.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. That bomb is out towards main, and in the prying eyes of Tesses, the responsibility is going to fall to Hades to try and trade this one out, right? He's actually managed to get the bomb from under the nose of the Garage player, and now he's going to set up his teammate with a flash into Garage. Diha getting these trades. Right, he not only mopped up Stound, the other problem outside, but now he's dealt with the Garage player in Tesses. Diha's impact in this round has been huge, and it's given this 3-on-3 over.
Yeah, a bit of a B round. Heroic have not had to deal with too many lower takes in this T side, so now they're all grouped up. They've cleared lobby, they've worked it out, they hear the steps. Notice they don't have a kit here. That's going to cut the clock for them. Moving down ramp, everyone grouped up right now. Shush is late in the vent, and already they're just running through. They're giving no respect, no room, but Hades Orb does fire through. We're waiting for this flank, but Hades waits for no one. 2 kills, leaving Shush in a clutch. He's having a great game right now, but he needs something unbelievable, and it won't happen. The 8-7 locked in right at the very end. ENCE do hold strong in this third map of the series, but Heroic hold the lead. Where is this going? I couldn't tell you. You're going to have to wait and see.
You like Nuke? No? Well, here's a common warehouse smoke for you anyway. The lineups for this are nice and easy. It's fairly common, AWPers should play from this spot, and this smoke should push them away and force them to relocate. Position yourself over this corner and aim slightly above the metal fixture, and then tosh the smoke. Easy. Now you removed one of the 45 different angles that CTs can kill you from.
from 0 to hero. The Danes decimated on the first map of the series. They pull it right back on overpass and now take us to Nuke, leading 8-7 at the end of the first half. It's a good CT side. It's not bad, but ENCE are also going to be happy with where they sit in this series. It's open season. It's anyone's game, and we're getting right into it. Pistol round to decide the momentum move for the start of this half.
Yeah, we're pretty much neck and neck, all things considered, right? One hell of a point to start from coming in to the last half of this series. The last, what, 2 and a bit hours all come down to Heroic's T side and ENCE's CT side here on Nuke. Diha, he's given up this ground. He's let them take L, and well, Heroic,
Oh no.
they've secured this heaven wrap. ENCE have not rotated down to B, as is the idea behind this strategy. We actually call this one the Hugo. And ENCE are all here, grouped up, pushing in. Great understanding of what was happening in this pistol round. Sjuush, though, he understands something far more pure, and that is these Glock taps. Spinks with one. Just Sjuush left to beat, and he's gonna do it. Defuses in, and ENCE win the pistol, tying us up at 8-8. It's a big round for Spinks and the boys.
Yeah, that was Spinks or Sjuush on for the 4K. Someone had to get it, and it was Spinks. Lovely shots, lights out. And that Heaven player is going to be molding as well. You didn't want to be dying first. You'd rather be trading off your teammate in the bomb site, playing that package. It is for you. But just a slither of your head pokes out, and that is all Spinks needs to pick it off. Look at this shot. Ugh. So here we go.
So yeah, that's a bit of a classic pistol round strat there, right? You, hang on a moment, look, we're being invaded. What's this? Like, I get it, we want to push the brand in and all, but come on now.
Heroic versus, who? What have they got? What guns? You know, the funny part is we're just hiding that second round AWP from you. That's what we're really doing. Hades has got it in. Ramp smoke push. Tessa's grabbed Snappy after one. The second round AWP is bonkers, but it's all thanks to the drop from Spinks. And
mate, it's a Cadian move, bringing out the second round AWP. And so,
and a very Cadian move is the triple AKs for Heroic. You couldn't even tell who won the pistol right now. Bombs planted.
Mate, yeah, this looks like a rifle round that's like taking place like 6 rounds into the half.
Nope.
No, this is round 2. Refresh. He's getting wrapped at ramp. They don't know about Spinks, and while the wrap is good, time is a bit of a problem. Spinks is taking a long while to get anything from this. Yeah, okay. You've put a lot of onus in waiting for this wrap round. You don't even need it to deliver, though, as Diha swoops out with a double, and the defuse is in. The rifle buy for Heroic does not pan out. And it's ENCE moving on to 9, stealing the lead away from Heroic.
Yeah, dude, the bomb's just so scary, especially with custom HUDs. You never really, I feel like I have a good grasp of it until they come through. Little bars racing to the finish line, and it's going to be ENCE to get it under the rug.
I don't know how you mess it up, Hugo. I just think, you know, you listen to it, it's all a feeling. Yeah, CS is all one big emotion.
Exactly.
Right? And I know you don't have emotions, Hugo. That's the lizard part of your brain.
Thanks. All right, fast out A.
Oh, Hades and Diha with the opener. The nade in combination with his spray lights up those players trying to drop the vents. And that's the bomb, lost in door as well. Little partial investment for Heroic. They were hoping this could have been another bomb plant, another chance in a post plant of finding success. But the odds of that happening now are slim.
Yeah, scales weighted now in heavy favor of ENCE. Heroic are just going to try and contact out ramp. Hades here with the AWP. Sitter of a shot to hit. Maybe a player can jump and take the bullet. Cadian has a Glock. Could presume it would be him. Stown just wants that opening deke. He wants to get a gun for his in-game leader. Hades, only right hand on the keyboard. It's all he needs right now. Take that shot. Don't need to move a muscle, but it's a missed one. Stown's on the angle. Hades back for more, and he gets it this time around. Deagle, can Cadian grab it? Yes, he can, but Refresh isn't getting any more fortunate. And now Cadian doubling back into his inevitable death. So it will be 10 rounds for ENCE, 5 alive as well. The second round orb, while it can be a risk, as teams like Heroic have shown, it can be your undoing. Well, it's gone pretty well for ENCE.
And I keep bigging up D here over towards door and main. I hope that now, over on this CT side, we really get to see why that is, right? This was certainly a good start to the round from this guy, denying that drop in through the vent. And also going on to close it. Now we've got the rifles back out for Heroic. This is where they really want to hit the ground running here. They're going to go early, outside. Lots of bodies here. Spinks watching over from the heavens.
Yeah, Molly's on smokes as well. That's a bit of a problem.
D has also early dropped down towards B. And Hades even joining him down on this lower site. That's because of those outside smokes. ENCE don't have the information. And so they're leaning down lower.
Well, the funny part is you say that, but they did Molly smokes, and so there is a big gap. And as a result, Heroic don't cross because they're scared. And ENCE don't even know that. They gave it up. There was a gap. They gave it up anyway. They say they lean on the B setup. And now it's very weird. Now Heroic are running the A execute. They got the big Molly coming in on the rafters, hot roof as well. This is going to be fiery. This is going to be ferocious. And ENCE are not here, not with the right numbers. Doto just trying to get tucked in behind the Tetris. Is down, clears him with a headshot. A belongs to the Danes. Locked out at ENCE. You wouldn't be embarrassed if you saved here. Might have to be your call. Unless kills come to you, you will go away from them. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's just a save. You know, you can't even give this one a look in, and you hate that, especially, you know, when you consider exactly what you were just saying, and that you, if you were still watching those outside smokes, if you were carrying the gap that you'd created, you would have actually had that info that no one had made it down B, but instead they take the rotation early. They're left just too weak up on that A bomb site. And essentially, that whole round came down to, like, can Doto take at least a 1-for-1? Ideally, you really needed like a 2-for-1 for you to want to, you know, feel comfortable going that late into a retake. And with him falling right away, I think ENCE knew from the get-go that was going to be a save. Only one man going down, though. Reinvestment back in, and money still good, looking to the future for ENCE. They've at least secured a bit of longevity here on the back of their money. And that can matter a hell of a lot, right? With Heroic, I kind of said this earlier, it feels like when they were building up leads, they would always have the money turn against them, and that's how they would have situations get scary. ENCE are trying to prevent that.
Yeah, it's a round where everyone gets satisfied, right, to a degree. ENCE, you know, they'd rather win it, but at least they keep 4 up. Tessa's nice drop onto Dher. Still on the roof, ready and waiting to go. Pressure being put on the A site. You could even get down the vent with that door smoke. Oh, that looked close. Refresh gets a second life in this round. Hades with a missed shot. And again, a 4-on-5 for ENCE where, you know, if Heroic run one of these A executes, you're going to get locked out. You're going to be looking for more saves. There's 2 CTs here at least. Snappy's pushed deep on ramp. He doesn't want to activate a flank, not yet. Hades drops a smoke to give himself a one-way. His hell's been smoked off. He goes over the top of it. But this is all just a ruse. It's all into the A site where Heroic want to commit. Tess is walking through the main smoke. 2 targets to pick. The AWP going back up and no one firing. No one finding success. Hades burnt out from heaven. Doto, the last line of defense. He pulling nades was not what he needed. Instant trades instead for Shush. And that's the round.
Snappy's left saving, and you just have to stew in this one. You have to come to terms with the equalizer now coming through for Heroic. And you know, I don't think it would feel like this series is done justice if it wasn't close right till the very end. Snappy is hunted down. That's actually a pretty key frag in the grand scheme of things. You know, the only way Snappy was able to field a rifle here was if he saved. And so with him dying, you know, he's relegated down to an SMG. Not the end of the world. Rifles are out on everybody else, including that AWP still being in play. The AWP hasn't really been given a lot of opportunities here, right? You even mentioned Hades burns out in heaven in this round because of the double Molotov going in. Whenever they're going outside, it's accompanied with these smokes, so he's not really been given an angle there either.
Whose door?
Diha's door, mate. They've got him back in main.
Oh, he's seen ahead.
Hades, finally, he's going to get given a chance to put this AWP to use. A fight on main, you know, suddenly the outside smokes being down don't matter so much. Hades can get something out of this AWP. And that's something, as Tess says, oh no! He's going to go back to it. Out in the open, they're just trading with one another. Shots go either way, but no one hits a thing. While this has happened, Refresh crossed with the outside smokes. And because Hades has been so tunnel visioned on this main roof player, they don't know about Refresh yet.
Yeah, you definitely call the possibility. Like, he's saying, oh, I'm passive out. Like, they could be down, they could have hit timings. And that's why you see ENCE haven't sent any kind of rotation. They're like, fine, we'll know. Refresh has to make noise, right? He has to either fly up the vent, break a window, or open a door. And so we'll deal with that when we get to it. We'll deal with that if Heroic hit B. If not, then it's fine. 5-on-4, play, retake, play together. And so the smokes come down again. Hades makes the call. It's very clearly a B play now, and Snappy has to be ready for below. Here's him coming, or coming to join him as well, and Snappy goes in early. Well, with the molly down, there was only one way he could have come through. Refresh, why would he be looking anywhere else? Don't tell me you're going to save off that. ENCE, surprised by the B play. I don't know how or why. But one death is all it takes to throw in the towel.
Yeah, and if that was all it was going to take to get you saving, I'm kind of left scratching my head as to why even face that in the first place, right? You're bang on. The Molotov meant you only get to watch one side of ramp. You know, it doesn't take a genius to figure out where they can come from when there's only one doorway in. And so if that was always going to be the difference maker, if you were essentially saying there as your Snappy, look, I'm going to see if I can get one, and if I can't, we're going to save, might have just been an idea to play the 5-on-4 out.
Yeah, just wait it out, right?
Especially considering they never rotated to be early, right? It felt like they were leaning into a 5v4 retake
setup. I thought they were
setup.
absolutely fine with giving away the site there. You know, and especially considering right when Snappy dies, Hades is only a few meters behind him. If Snappy waits and Hades is there to trade, maybe like, yeah, Refresh gets that kill. He's immediately
but then you're 4-on-3, yeah.
And then you're 4-on-3, and that's how it starts. That's how you just trade your way back in. Obviously, you know, a lot has to go right for ENCE, and they didn't exactly have rotates set up, sure, but damn, dude, throwing in the towel like that. It does mean, again, we saw these kind of rounds earlier, you just get to replay it, man. You lose your A site with only one player there, give it up. Go next, another gun round. And so it does keep their money in good standing. That is the benefit to ENCE. I'm just surprised to see the round actually play out like that. Good stuff out of Heroic. T-side starting to build up. It was a 3-0 lead for ENCE after their pistol, but once the guns have come out, Heroic have not stopped. Forcing 2 full saves with 4 players alive in these 3 gun rounds.
It's kind of concerning as well because those 2 rounds were just 1 kill and like a misread, a misstack, and then the round was over. You know, Nuke doesn't often feel like an Inferno.
All right.
And so this is nicer. This is looking far hotter from ENCE to open up. Spinks and Diha both get a kill apiece. Hades gonna blindside Stown over at ramp. This is more like it on a path to an 11th, and this is why they wanted to keep on saving. Then they get to hold on to the guns, run it back again, and they'll nail it. 4th time's the charm.
I don't think Heroic are going to be worried. They shrug their shoulders there. They say, whatever, life round. They spam 2 smokes. They got a 5-on-3. No surprise they won that one. Now it's just about damage shooting. Take a couple of guns out of the round. You can set yourself up for breaking that CT economy later on. Orb is here. Again, the molly in. And the head. Oh, Shush catches the legs. Don't tell me they're going to 2-on-5 this round, but they are. It's a 1v1 now. Blink and you miss it, Hades. That smoke's a bit weird. He might have room to stick the defuse. Shush is playing with him. Hades has got it. The round, oh, just about comes through for ENCE. Not the kill. The 2-on-5 made a 1v1. And Heroic, hey, I said they were going to shrug their shoulders. They still will. They took all the guns out there, but damn, nice try.
And this is great. Like you're keeping ENCE in this mindset where they're always leaning on the side of caution with like saving and having to play very, very safe. You know, you're constantly keeping this money low in spite of the saves. That round there, everybody dies for ENCE even though they win the round. It's kind of a miracle that the AWP is even in play here.
Yeah. No mollies or anything really. 1 on Snappy. Tess is back on roof. Oh, Diha saw him. Diha definitely saw him, but the scope can always cut you off. Luckily, he cuts down Tessus instead. Secret Cross does come in, but the smokes are there, and so is the AWP. Hades set down lower. And another one of these 5-on-4s where ENCE at least have B control, right? That won't mean, you know, oh, Heroic walk forward down behind the smokes and they win the round and they plant and ENCE give it up. No, they've actually got skin in the game. They've got reason to believe with Hades keeping B. Stan going to try and lurk out door later. Radio's been taken. That's a nice push. Shotgun hut, one on the roof. This is a good setup for ENCE. They are ready to pounce into lobby at a moment's notice. And as long as Hades can just go 1-for-1 down on lower at a bare minimum, this should be an ENCE round.
Yeah, this AWP spot's great as well. Like, you can just go through the motions. You take a shot there, all right, fall back to the next spot. Take a shot there, fall back to the next spot. And you just kind of rinse, repeat that till you die or until you kill all the enemy. So B's off the cards for Heroic. They're going to look for answers over here outside. Diha, while he's been a bit of a nuisance, they're able to deal with him right away. Here's the response from ENCE. It's very, very common to take lobby if you lose outside. And hell, this is something Heroic are going to be more than aware of. The lurk out through door hits an all right timing, but Snappy has already wrapped it from the lobby. Over in heaven, Refresh is trying to do what he can, but they're just so annoying. They're jiggling him, they're wiggling on him. Cadian left in the clutch, and he can't do anything with so little time, so many bodies to find. This is a brawl, right? While the first two maps were so pretty to look at, this one is scrappy. This is a lot of on-the-fly changes. Very, very dynamic from both teams. And so sometimes, you know, we get into like these mid-rounds, and they both shuffled around the map so much, it's very confusing to know what is happening.
Yeah, that bait for Hades onto Snappy was so good. He was in vent, and he was just going up and down, showing his head, forcing shots from the Rafters player, and then Snappy, you know, he hears these shots come in, he just swings with it. Fast, potentially, right out the hut. Tessus, good flashes from Cadian, and everyone's blind, everyone's dying, and even now, the AWP knocked out of heaven, trying to look at the ground, wall banged by Shush. One way back in for Heroic, the double molly. Denies the Dane. And a 4-on-2. You've been talking about saving all this money and keeping guns up. Well, this is maybe a round where that needs to be the case again. You don't have a lot to fall back on. Always coming down to that CT economy, especially when the games are this close, this neck and neck, and this late in the match. Great call for Heroic just to pump and dump the A site. Yeah, even hunting as well to great success. Uh-oh.
Snappy, this is the only thing y'all are going to have. You need to hold on to it. You cannot let Heroic take it away. And look at them, they're all coming through. Snappy doesn't want to part ways with the AWP. Oh, he's holding on, but he can't stay alive. Tess says the last guy able to remove that AWP. And that would have been the only big feature in this round for ENCE. I just saw a scout come through. Hang on a moment, Hugo. They're not forcing, are they?
Damn right they are, Harry. Scout mag 7, Deagle's out. ENCE made some peculiar buys in this series. They have no loss though, Harry. So back and forth in this first half that they just want to cut their losses and go in big. Can the Deags do it? Diha in the smoke on the edge, and he's catching Refresh with a kill, but the rifles are there to trade. 1-for-1's work, but just because you get the first doesn't mean everyone else will. 5 kills, right? Easy. And despite these smokes, Heroic go right back into the lobby with 4. It's already a secret player. Dota reaggressing is going to confirm that this is not a B play, and he tells his teammates to watch out on top.
Yeah, there's only one guy top site though. Spinks is the one defender at A, and this has been the case every time Heroic have looked to go A for the most part. There's been a few rounds where you've had more, but a lot of the time it just doesn't feel like there's enough here. So Spinks has got to do a lot with this shotgun. The bomb goes in first. Snappy is dead on the lobby flank. That's given the 3-on-3 back over, but right now ENCE are all inning this bomb. They do not want to let Heroic get it back. And this is where Spinks, the Mag 7's actually ideal, right, for denying the door push. The one thing I'm getting concerned about is that Stown is the guy trying to make the round-winning play right now. He's going to head up into heaven. ENCE might need to pressure this player in lobby because they are getting lurked on. They are getting wrapped both through main and through heaven. Stown, as he goes in, he hasn't checked beneath him. Hades gonna look up and will trade that out. Now there's the main man of Cadian arriving to the scene, sniping out Hades, and Shush holds the line, not letting that Mag 7 win the round for ENCE. Heroic take 13, and even though that was a very rough scenario with the bomb lost out in no man's land, they respond to it well. They navigate that 3-on-3 well.
Yeah, they take so much space, right? You just didn't have a heaven player there if you're ENCE, right? Your players are committed, they're dropped in, they're on roof, they're on A site. So yeah, the trade is nice for Hades. It was definitely called by his teammate who spotted him get out, but it was all too little too late. 10 seconds left and Heroic just about crossed the finish line. They're getting close to closing the series as well. That's one way to stack Ram. Not seen this formation before. All right. But, you know, one player will commit and everyone else can just run right back to A. There you go. Okay, that's nice, but there's no way you're getting any more.
That's brutal. They just both headshotted him up on top of the four-man pyramid. Now they're all in at the A bomb site. They've quick rotated through heaven. I like this as an idea. They've just seen everybody at ramp. The rotations are so quick in through heaven that it comes as a bit of a surprise, but they are just vanilla pistols at the end of the day.
Bomb has been planted.
Player snuck past Doto, but he's heard him, and so he's got this kill locked in. Oh, no, not to Cadian. Doto, come on. You're meant to respect your elders, not stab them in the back. Cadian's dead. Money made for Doto, and a bit of a middle finger to Heroic.
For money alone, that's a sick play. 1,500 in the bank, like, you're very happy. You probably won't save the AK if he keeps moving. He's dead. Tuck in the corner here. If you want to tell your grandkids about this round, as a Doto looks to do so. Still 14 though for ENCE, full eco, or for Heroic rather, full eco for ENCE, and yeah, it's interesting. They get a kill, they get a gun, they get a knife. Things to talk about, but at the end of the day, the real heroes are the Danes. 2 away from shutting out this series, and it would be quite the statement as well with how it started.
Yeah, throughout this whole thing, you've got to give credit to ENCE because they have pushed Heroic to their very limits. But this is now where we get to see, was it all for naught? Do Heroic still emerge the victors as we anticipated? Are they able to right their wrongs? Or do ENCE still have more left to give in this series? We already saw and got an idea just how much this means to folks like Snappy all the way back on map 1.
This would put Heroic 4-0 up in the group, the only flawless team. And uncontested for that top playoff spot. They're looking for it. Hades taking pot shots outside, gotta watch out. They could always walk these smokes into garage. Deher is aware of that, but it's not gonna be the case. Heroic fully commit, down lower. 3 players in the bomb. Stown, his door lurks have been monstrous as well, and Snappy spots something, but it's too little too late. Refresh with a quick shot, the only B player gone, and these rounds in the past have fallen apart at the seams. This is no exception. Shush and Stown trade kills, and Tessa's double taps into the B bomb site. It might be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, 15 now on the board for Heroic. There's nothing that Doto can do, and even looking to save this AK is tenuous at best. There's no money left for ENCE, so this AK's got to get out, and it won't. Shush finds him back in the lobby. And with this being a dominant round for Heroic, they are poised now to take this series. If you're looking at ENCE, if you've been impressed with the resilience of this squad today, they've got to come up huge now with next to nothing versus a Heroic that have only improved, that have only got better throughout the course of this series.
It's just shocking to remember the context of how it started. Snappy with his career performance and going, you know, with over a 3 KD to destroy Heroic on the first map. And the resilience, well, it's coming big for the Danes. 5 kills away, 2 rifles in the way. Deha's looking to use his outside behind the smokes. Tessa sits above the silo, and Deha is so good at catching these top site kills. Gets out of there scot-free. But in the meantime, Heroic make their move down towards B, and it's been the bomb site ENCE just can't control, can't contain. Luckily, they're getting kills elsewhere. Both the lurkers in this round removed. It's down to Heroic in a 3-on-5 on the lower site. Or is it?
Yeah, I mean, while Refresh is down here, this is something he's done a couple of times, right? Just trying to take B control, see if he can open a back door into the round. But if he can't, at the very, very least, you're hoping he can influence the rotations, right? He can misdirect the ENCE squad.
He's going to come up vent, I bet.
Cadian and Shush, they're looking for heaven. They're going towards hell. From here, they could wrap ramp, they could try to end B, or they could go up heaven. This is something Heroic love to do on Nuke. So much of their T side, in situations like this, center around getting hell control, because it opens up so many possibilities. They're going to try and wrap down ramp. Hades has spotted this push. Shush, they're at... Oh my god, he didn't see Hades down beneath him. And Hades hides to get the double. Just refreshing what was a 1-on-5. The shotgun should have it locked in, and indeed it does. ENCE, they keep it going.
Yeah.
This can't afford to be an overpass story, though, right? They don't want to go the full 30 rounds only to fall 16-14. They're looking for the overtime this time, Hugo.
Yeah, we're in the same position, though. It's like, you know, even if Heroic buy up here, they're going to be left with nothing for the last round. You could even make a case, well, not even just to eco this, but to just keep a bit of money, keep something spare. It's not like you have lost bonus. You've been all over the win in this T side, and they're going to buy full, leaving them with almost nothing left up. This is the round. As far as these last two go, Heroic have to win this one. Otherwise, they're in hot water. Otherwise, overtime is in the back of our minds. Yeah, for Hades there, I love that he sticks around. It looks like he's running away when he gets gooshed, and they expect that as well, but he just holds on at ramp. They fall right on his head, and he shoots him right into the shoes. Snappy mollied down lower. It's a ramp attack. Not seen many of these. Hades with the orb. He's been one of the guys to watch out for this series, and he'll need to be now more than ever.
Yeah, this is the time to show it. This is the time. And Cadian's doing his signature little boost to go for this peak. There it is. He always gets away with it. Cadian on that opener. Now they're going to try and take hell. Diha here. He's been someone who can step up. And right now, the double kill. It's boding well for ENCE. It's all Diha on this AK. Triple kill denies the hell wrap. And so it's back to the drawing board for Heroic. They're going to start to send Cadian down towards B. Diha posted, waiting for this outside player while the ramp fight's coming in. Missed shots for Diha. And we know what Refresh is like with these turns, with these 180s. He's not ready for that one, though. And so Cadian, 1-on-3, AWP in hand.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he's going to get out.
This needs to be a save. This has to be a save. You've got nothing in that last round. They might have even heard that. I don't think so, though. Looks like he's got away with it. Oh, my goodness. What a game.
Mate,
great
they owe
for
everything to Diha.
Yeah, like, he gets 3. He could have gone for that 4th onto Refresh, but he just jiggles at red, waiting and waiting for that flank to come back up secret. Great teamwork after the triple. And the saddest part is Heroic could have just dropped down lower from the beginning. It might have gone very, very differently. Now, Harry, that danger of buying full, of spending everything to get them 3 rifles, a Deagle, and a MAC-10, it doesn't do them justice. And now they've got to play round 30 on the back foot. Let's check this shot. Oh.
That's a Cadian classic move, right? And you could see almost that, like, as Hades sees a leg, like, where it shouldn't be, there's that moment in his brain where he goes, uh-oh, they're doing the Cadian boost, and then...
The funniest part about that boost is for, like, a deep ramp pick, really. You're expecting, you know, if an AWP is holding, like, a tight line down lower, you're expecting to get them. But even on the box, Hades probably knows it's coming, and he's like, yeah, Cadian won't hit this shot. He doesn't, I'm on the box, I'm fine. It's a headshot angle. Well, wall banged, AWP'd, removed. And still around for ENCE, thanks to Diha and co.
And so now, right, we put a lot of this idea, especially after the strong start to this, in the rivalry of Snappy versus Cadian. We said, look, Snappy's already elevated his level. We need Cadian to do that if Heroic want the chance to win this. Well, this round might exemplify that more than ever. He has got the big gun. He has got the big responsibility of making magic happen. Cadian's AWP is the big ticket item. The rest of the gang, they're only on these pistols. So right now we're looking to the IGL Heroic for answers.
Yeah, he's just trying to get them some toys to play with, right? Drop some guns, arm your friends. Shoot the cans off the table, win yourself a prize. It's an A execute right now. Heroic lining up util. Stacked up for ENCE, and the AWP is close to rotate through Heaven, but we've seen these Molotovs that Heroic throw. They've got Heaven lineups as well. They have been burning out those rotates when they do win A. It's very hard to get these entries past AKs. Enemies armed well. CT vent position, does that get Molly? These are the questions. Heroic lining up the execute, and here they come.
Yeah, in they go. You don't want to lose to pistols here. You don't want it to be another 30 rounds where the comeback is denied. They get down the vent. They get past Diha. He's so often been the problem. Snappy now has to be the man to give up answers, and Cadian's going to trade him. Oh, lordy, the B-site. It's fallen to the hands of Heroic. Cadian's AWP now becomes even more influential in the post-plot. And there he is, taking the head off of Hades. Down up close, fighting with the Tech 9, trying to pull Cadian into the fight. And it might have been a snappy game back on Mirage. But now, in map 3, in round 30, when it matters most, Cadian's going to walk it over the line for Heroic. And there it is, 2-1. They take down ENCE, another full 30